Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. We're here for Junk Journal Round Robin, day number 11. So let me see what my friends have sent me today. For more info, check my description box down below if you're unfamiliar still with Junk Journal Round Robin. Okay, let's start with Shell's envelope today, this brown one. Okay. So this is like an acetate kind of card pocket. It looks like it's from like a sports card or something of that nature. I think I'm going to try to peel these off. 1 and 2. Okay, that's fun. It's almost like a, a nice little ready-made kind of idea, but we still need to see what Mary Ellen sent. Okay. Okay. Fabric, pretty fabric. These feel like sari or scarf fabrics. They're super pretty. I'm not sure which one I like better. I like them both. They're so nice. Okay. I think we're going to do probably 2 to 3 projects today, I think, based on these materials. I need to get a few things, so I'll be right back. Okay, so just a final reminder before I move into the stuff that I grabbed. We have these 2 pieces of fabric and then this acetate pocket, this fun like sports card kind of pocket. So I'm going to set the fabrics aside for a minute. We'll go to them second, but I want to start with just the acetate pocket. So the plan I have for it is I want to essentially fit this tag inside of it. So that's going to be where I begin. And then I grabbed this. This is just a watercolor painty sheet that I did. And I want to capture this glittery, purpley, and pink kind of background here. So I'm going to cut a piece of it out. Just get that off of there. We can set that aside, and then I need my glue book here. So let's glue that on here. Right there. Then we'll just go around. Also happily going to use up some scraps today, which is a good thing. Okay, so there's that. Then I'll just grab my hole punch. And we'll re-pop that hole, because that's cool. Put that up here, okay. And then I grabbed this bit. So this is from one of my Journal Together kits or something that I made a long time ago. Actually, these have been from a long time ago, and it was an experiment that I did using the same, essentially, face multiple times and then just drawing different costumes. So yeah, it's just a thing that I made a long time ago, and I'm going through scraps. So I'm gonna choose this girl because I think she kind of goes with the whole effect of this best. And then I'm just gonna cut her out here. And it's funny that I chose this today because I just did a Patreon workshop on a similar topic about drawing faces that has been posted to my Patreon. It's a whole video tutorial and a printable about creating your own dolls. It's all about like drawing confidence and how to get started when you feel like you don't necessarily excel at drawing. Just cut out these little legs. Whenever I say little legs, I'm reminded of my chihuahuas. That's one of my favorite things about chihuahuas is their little legs. Okay, so now this needs a bit of ink, and I'm gonna choose, I think, mustard seed. That's a fun one. Let's see if there's any color left on here. I don't think so. This is a really good pad for like using inks because it like truly kind of dries up. Just want to create kind of a glow and a yellowy tone on her. Get those white edges. Mustard seed is such a yummy, yummy oxide. I love that color. Okay, just gonna put it back in my shelf over here. All right, then maybe I'll also just pop a little of the ink around the edge here. Good, good. Now, I want to glue her on with wet glue. The wet glue that I'm still slowly using up here. Go back over here, and then I just want to smooth this out a little. Cut off those legs. Don't need them. And then I wouldn't mind, maybe I'll just look here for a little bit of like a whimsical kind of words. I had gone to bed and fallen asleep when my guardian knocked at the door of my room and begged me to get up directly. Her mother had fled. Protection and forgiveness. Tumult of alarm. Entrusted with the secret. That's maybe kind of cool. Yeah, let's go with that. So this little one has been entrusted with the secret. Probably something about magic. That would be my guess. Okay. So that's that. And then I was thinking about how can I make this more interesting? Let's see if I can stitch that on there. That might be kind of fun. But this might be, yeah, you know what? This is too hard. If it was ever so slightly softer plastic, then I think it might be okay. But I think it'll probably crack. Yeah. I like to take those kind of chances, but in this case I don't want to. What I am going to see if I can't do though is what will happen if I heat this. Should we get a little bit of soft? Like I could probably heat it and stitch it, but I almost wonder if I couldn't make it cool. Some kind of a cool mark. You know what would be fun maybe is alcohol ink. Alcohol ink would do something cool on here. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. One moment. Okay, I'm back. So I'm thinking Pinata Blue Violet and Pearl. Just gotta give them a little shaky because I haven't used them in a while. That's probably good, actually. We'll start with those. So that's probably good for purple. A little goes a long way with alcohol inks. All right, let's see now. We'll spray a bit of alcohol. Maybe we do need a little more. This is teal. Okay, I'm gonna try. I gotta get my I have a tool for blowing this stuff around. Just gonna let it run in many directions here. And I might come in with some Sunbright Yellow to just meet that purple in this one corner or two. Okay. There we go. So now I'm going to try to just apply a little heat. I'm coming nice and far back so that I'm not melting the plastic, and I'm kind of moving around like this. Okay, now I'm going to do a smoosh. Like that. That's going to remove the excess. This can just go in my scraps because we can do something fun with that. And I think that's probably good, except do we have Blanco Blanco? We have white. A little bit of white on here. We'll try a little more. Yeah, that's really fun. Okay, so now let's move this again, this extra paper. This away, and these away. Now, what I do notice though is that I significantly changed the colors. So what I'm going to do is grab this ink. Hold on. I can reach it. I might be able to. Yeah, I can. from my ink stack. It's the one on the very bottom, which is always how it goes when I need one of these eyes inks. It's always the one on the very bottom. And I'm just going to bring a strong halo of purple because of the purple that I added. I want to make the color will be my tie-in for this. Move these out of the way. Okay, so there's this. Now, do I have anything like that I would want to kind of use, like this lilac? Or actually, maybe this frame. Kind of like just the frame, to be honest. Would that be neat? I think it would. Okay, let's get that glued down. I'm going to try using the 3-in-1 for this. This would probably be the best because it's on acetate. House is so quiet. The dogs are asleep. The kids are at school. Okay. Right there. I think that's dry. Yeah, it's all dry. Okay, so can you guys see how fun this is? Here, maybe I'll bring it up on top of here and you can... So that stains the acetate. Alcohol ink is like your answer to like, what do I do with plastic, right? So then this will go right, actually I'm gonna stitch around it, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna stitch around it. Give me one sec. That's better, right? I love the little stitching, how it just adds so much. So then we'll plunk her in here. And that's just a fun little, you know, little packet. I like that. Okay, so now we need to move on to the next bit, and I have a few things. I'm ready here. So I think the first thing I'll do is work on this situation. So this fabric goes with, I sort of grabbed a bunch of supplies for different things. So this is the next thing I want to work on. I want to make 3 pieces with this. The first one is using this whimsical doll. This is part of a workshop that I just released on my Patreon about how to create this and these kind of characters. And then for the other 2, I think I want to use these 2 ladies. This was pulled from a book, and you know, it's just an exercise on like how can we use things up that also go nicely along with the materials that we have. So let me kind of get started. I think I will probably, yeah, I'm gonna just, I think, cut, oopsies, knocking things over here as I do, probably about here, right there, and we'll see if we can tear that. Yes, good. 1. And this one, I think we will go 1. Okay. And I'll just set the little scrap that we have left over here. So the next thing I need to do is glue down these 3 pieces of fabric on some paper. File folder, actually, because it's the weight that I need for this. Okay. See if this is big enough. I think so. Yep. And it's easier to glue on the paper than it is on the fabric. And I'm just using the glue stick because I'm actually going to stitch around these before doing a whole lot else. So there's one more. We got one more to go after this. And I think I can make this a little titch shorter right there. Let's set that scrap aside. That's blank on the back, yeah. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to stitch these and I will return. So I forgot to mention that I also was going to cut these into a tag shape. So I just cut the top and the tag shape side before moving on. So these are stitched. So I want to use this on this larger one, but it's getting a little lost. So I think what I want to do is use this bit of it's like a batik kind of, or an indigo, it's a card. And I'm thinking if I can, maybe this way, I need to create something for her head to be, yeah, so her head shows up. Okay, so I think what I'll do is cut off the edge of the card. And then I'm gonna rip, so we get rid of the words there, and we create a bit of like a halo type shape. So, okay, so that could go here like that, and it would just give a bit of a base for her head to be on. I need to move these out of the way there. They're messing up my view here. Okay, there we go. So then if she's like that, yeah, that's good. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna go with that. Now I need my glue. I think I'll use our 3-in-1. So that's gonna go right there. Okay. Here's what I thought. Or is it a little higher, maybe a little bit higher. Right, like that. Yes, okay. So tell me how you're feeling about Junk Journal Round Robin so far. Are you enjoying it? I also wanted to mention, if you're enjoying it, you should also check out my friend Christine Alderman. I will link her channel as well. And if I don't, please remind me. I'll try to. I do this all the time. I'm like, I'll do this, and then I don't do it because I'm forgetful Jones here. But she has an awesome channel, and she's going to be doing this with us. She is in our circle of Junk Journal Robin people, Round Robin people, and we love Christine. Okay, so that is on there. Okay. I like that. That actually is so nice with the pinks and the blues. I like how that goes together. I'm glad I used her. Yay. It was fun. Okay. So let's set that aside with this. We've done those projects. Now, put the lid on this glue so it doesn't sit there and burble away as that glue tends to like to do. Now these two. Okay, so now I've got rid of that. I'm going to try to see if I can't make sense of this torn edge here on this bit. And I'm just going to kind of go around. I'm not going to like super fussy cut. Leave a little bit of the background. She's got quite a wild hat on. Okay, so if we put her on here, I feel like we're gonna need, yeah, we need like words. I'll get some words too. But let's focus on this first. So we're also gonna do the same with this. These hats are brilliant. She is really cute. And then I also had this heart. Maybe instead of words, I'll put the heart on here. Yeah, that would be cute actually. Okay. So quiet today. It really makes me think about, you know, the first year that we started to do this. Like we were still, I think, coming out of lockdown, maybe. Or we had gotten out of lockdown. I don't know. It was such a, you know, there's obviously a lot of downsides to that whole time. But I think there's some upsides too, because, I mean, I remember, well, I mean, that's when my, my channel really got started. I really started jumping into junk journaling. I think we all had a little more time on our hands because things at our jobs kind of settled into a pattern. I don't think we were I wasn't less busy, but I feel like it was a different kind of busy. The commuting went away, and that was awesome. I hate commuting. And also I think the way that people worked became a little different. Sometimes for the better, not always. Okay. I feel like I want some kind of a flower or something, but I don't know that I have exactly what I'm looking for here. I may have to pause. Yeah, I might have to pause. We'll come back to that concept. Let's just let that be for now. And we'll work on this one. So first, the heart. But yeah, I think there was like a lot of good, you know, relaxed, jammy crafting going on during the pandemic, and like, yeah, our time was a little different then. And I kind of miss a little bit of that, to be honest. I definitely also miss all the programming that was like brought online. It was so accessible, like all these places that you couldn't go in person were bringing like lots of fun free content and, you know, online content. It was like so accessible and good. So many musicians. I remember specifically like Nick Cave doing a lot of online stuff to just keep people entertained, keep everybody sane. Okay, so that one. I love this little Optimus marker. It's really helpful for colorizing things. Okay, so that's those two. I'm going to set them aside though, and I'm going to get on to the next thing. I need to come back. I don't know. Okay, sorry about that. I had to take a quick little break. But I went to grab this. So we have these fabric bits left over. We still have to use that one up. And this is like a botanical encyclopedia. So I was thinking it might be kind of nice for both this fabric and this one to pair up things that would go nicely with them in order to like use them as, you know, kind of the fabric at the top of like a little journal card. So for this one, I like that for sure. This I will just cut out and put in my use it up pile because it doesn't really go with this project. This I also think would be, oops, nice. Actually, both of them would be for the two different fabric objectives. So we'll say 1 and 2, and then I need to cut this. We'll say 1 and 2. I think we'll do 4 with this one. And it's hard to cut that up. It's so nice, but like I also want to use up some of these little cards or these little images that I've set aside. So I need 2 more for this one and a bunch more for that one. So I'm just gonna look for like pinks and blues. Ooh, I'm blowing all these away. And purples, pink, blues, and purples. So that's a good pink. So 1, 1, 1, 1, and this I'll keep in my use it up pile. Okay, that's a good pink. Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna actually go with this side, I think. These double-sided books, they give me so much stress. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then this up here. With another one of those. 2 more pinks. Okay. Whoopsies. No, go straight. Here's that purple. Oh yeah, I'm going to use this one actually. Both of these are Mountain Bluets and Dusty Millers, and I love those. So this will be the 4th for that one. Yeah, okay. And you know, I think, oh, this is challenging. That one's really nice, but that one's really nice. And it doesn't go with either of these. I think I'm going to use this one instead and then use this one and this one together because that actually does go. So we need maybe, I'd say like 1 more. Maybe, actually I'll just put this piece of my scraps. My scrappy fabrics. That's fine. So let's set the book aside here. Then the mission is about gluing all these down, which I'm probably not going to make you watch me do, but I'll show you one. Essentially my concept for one of these is this. I let my glue stick sit too long. It's a little gummy now. Not too bad though. Okay, there we go. Okay. we're going to glue these down. So let me just cut these out and I'll glue them all down, okay? And then I'll tell you the next step after that. I won't make you watch me cut out every single one of these. I'm not that mean. And this video is probably a little longer anyways because we're making lots of projects. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this whole little collection has all been cut out, right? Glued with a backing and cut out. Now I'm going to stitch around, add these on the top as tabs, and I'll come back and show you like the whole little botanical fun collection. Okay, so let's go over everything we made today. So I'll start with these. So they turned out super cute. I like these. I think they're a lot of fun. I can always use like nice botanical bits in the journals that I make because I do a lot of botanical and nature kind of stuff. So they all turned out quite fun. So let me come out a bit. We'll kind of rush these over here a little. So then, as you recall, we started with this, right? And I really love that. I think it's got me inspired to play with alcohol inks on plastics again, because yeah, it's really nice, and the texture feels like it feels very uniform, so like nothing's going to come off of this or anything. It's very fun. Then we've got these 3 tags that we made. So first the one with my whimsical paper doll, and then the 2 that were made with those lovely lady cutouts. So we made lots today. It's quite an ambitious day. I had a lot of fun with these materials, so thank you to my collaborators, Shell and Mary Ellen. I have linked their channels down below in the description box, so don't forget to check them out today because they also made you a video. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.